Email print to comments. Leave Australia if you find our values unpalatable. PM Malcolm Turnbull. Australian Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull said violent extremism is a challenge to the most fundamental Australian values. AFP. Sydney, Australia. Australian Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull has advised people to leave the country if they found their values unacceptable to them. The Prime Minister, while addressing a press conference, urged Australians not to go down the path of extremism. He said, "It is not compulsory to live in Australia. If you find Australian values, unpalatable, then there's a big wide world out there and people have got freedom of movement." Earlier in the day, Mr. Turnbull, who met with figures from the Muslim community, asked his countrymen to call out hatred, saying violent extremism is a challenge to the most fundamental Australian values. "The success of our society is founded on mutual respect, and we have to recognize that people who preach hatred, preach extremism, are undermining the success of this extraordinary country," he said. Friday also saw the Grand Mufti of Australia, Ibrahim Abiud Mohammed, and other community and religious leaders address the media amid rising community tensions. Mr. Mohammed said violent religious extremism was a rare but serious issue threatening the whole community. "Sadly, a very small number of Australians of Muslim faith have chosen this path," he said. Last week, 15-year-old Farhad Jabbar shot dead a 58-year-old police worker while reportedly shouting religious slogans before dying in a gun battle with police. Another Muslim figure, Neil El-Kadomi, said, "I said you waited a long time to come to this country. You should not abuse the privilege. You are Australian, which is very important. Get out. We do not need scumbags in the community. We reject terrorism." Canberra is concerned at the prospect of lone wolf attacks by individuals inspired by groups such as Islamic State, and has cracked down on Australians attempting to travel to conflict zones including Syria and Iraq. The authorities lifted their terror threat alert to high a year ago, introduced new national security laws, and have conducted several counter-terrorism raids. In September 2014, Melbourne police shot dead a known terror suspect who stabbed 2 officers, and in December, Iranian-born self-styled cleric, Mangaron Manis, and 2 hostages were killed following a 17-hour siege at a Sydney cafe.